I don't know.
Let's see.
Chico wants to know if you had a Valentine's Day weekend.
No, I mean I had a Valentine's, but those are usually my little nieces.
His little nieces, he says. She says, "Aw, good uncle."
My little nieces and my daughter were my val. I wonder if YouTube is down. Hmm. Says YouTube is down. No.
All right, the people coming in the chat.
La Pulga. Mike's Cricket Internet acting up. It's that Comro Internet, bro, is garbage. Hey, well, it looks like you and Chica had a Valentine's Day weekend, so I was happy for you all enjoying your time together, man. I'm glad you all had a good time.
Okay, everyone says we're up, right? We're up, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
I don't even see it on my YouTube. Yeah. It's crazy.
I don't either.
We're rising together on a President's Day. My name is Mike Jimenez. That's Joe Garcia. This is the Area 210 podcast, powered by P.F. Chang's La Cantera and Hard Rock Cafe San Antonio. We apologize for the Monday morning gremlin, but for some reason, something's going on with YouTube right now, but It seems like the show's up and running. We see Mikey Mendez, Joy-Con, Sean, Sam, Greg, Tex-Mex, Frank already in the house right now. Good morning, gentlemen. Texas Latina also here today. Hope everyone's having a fantastic holiday. Joe, I didn't even realize it's a holiday, man. I was making my work calls, and they said the office is closed. And I was like, what do you mean the office is closed?
They're like, Mike, what are you doing? Take the day off, bro. Go enjoy some lunch with Chica, dude.
Enjoy lunch with Chica. That's what we'll have to do, man. That's what we'll have to do. But hope everyone had a fantastic weekend. Joe, I've never been so excited about an All-Star weekend. Joe, it was like I was like a kid again yesterday watching the All-Star game.
Yeah.
And because here's the thing, man. There were almost 400 points scored in an All-Star game just 2 or 3 years ago. It was a joke, no defense, and my blood started to boil a little bit because we could have been treated to this for the past 2 decades, but there's one person who prevented the All-Star game from working last 20-some-odd years, and that's LeBron James. I can't stand him. He's not the GOAT. He's not even top 5 in my book anymore. He destroyed All-Star weekend, and guess who resurrected it, Joe? Guess who brought it back to life? Victor Wembanyama. He did so, baby. He brought the intensity. They were playing defense out there, man. Yeah. It was great. You had the international team. You have the OGs. You have the young guys. 3 different teams out there. We're seeing video of Wemby from NBA France pregame.
Yeah.
It was great, Joe. It was a great atmosphere. We saw Kawhi Leonard go off and show that every now and then he's a top 3 player in the NBA when healthy. You saw the OGs take it to the international squad. The young guys come in and just destroy the OGs in the championship round. It was fun times, man. It was fun.
Hey, Mike, what happened with the Spur simps, man? Once a Spur, always a Spur. They weren't happy for Kawhi.
Oh, they weren't, man.
Crickets for Kawhi.
He's a traitor, that's why. But you see Wemby right there autographing Nikola Jokic's All-Star jersey. But he asked Victor, I want to see the alien logo. So on top of the autograph, he had Wemby draw the logo, which was fantastic. Giannis with his kids just raving about Wemby and just falling in love with him. It was a great time. De'Aaron Fox knocking down a game winner at the buzzer. I couldn't believe how much fun I had watching the All-Star game. And I don't think it had everything to do with like the way that it was designed. OGs against the new guys against the international squad. It had everything to do with the intensity of the game. They were playing for real legit basketball. It reminded me of the All-Star games of the 80s and 90s and early 2000s where they actually gave a damn. They gave a crap. But I tell you what, LeBron James and anybody ever associated with him, Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh, they ruined it, man. They ruined All-Star weekend, but Wemby brought it back yesterday.
Miguel Wemby also right from the tip off, man. He was ready to go.
Oh, he
You know,
was.
he wasn't playing around, dude. He's like, no, man, we're gonna try to win this. The only thing that I was disappointed in for Wemby is that his team didn't win, dude. They like had opportunities to win, and they
Yeah.
gave up a wide open 3-pointer. That was the end of that. They lost. Then
Well,
in the second game, they had this one, dude, and it's like Wemby had the ball in his hands and everything, and it looked good. The shot looked good. It looked like it was going to go in, but it didn't. Came back out, and they lost another close game. But the good thing was it was competitive, and I did see a post by our friend Matt Guzman, and he's like, "Look at Wemby when it matters the most. He can't make the
no,
big shot." But you
that
know
was
what?
that was a silly post, man.
But
Come
here's the
on, man.
thing. Here's the thing, though. Like these shots that don't fall for Wemby right now, right? They're not falling for him right now, but they will soon. And when that happens, you better watch out because then it's going to be what? MVP Wemby.
Well,
Spurs in
Joe,
the
he shot
finals
10 for
Wemby.
13 last night. He shot
He
10
was
for
good.
13.
He was really good.
It's like 75, 80%, man. So
Uh-huh.
we're not gonna get crap on him. 33 points, 8 rebounds, 3 blocks
No.
in 20 minutes. He played a hell of a game, and that one 3-pointer that he missed that would have sent it into overtime and kept the international team alive. That was a play
Yeah.
for another player. So Wemby just kind of got the ball and flicked it up as quickly as he could. So I'm not going to give him crap about that. But when
No.
you saw the international team lose on a 3-point shot,
Watch this, the hang dribble.
He was mad.
he got pissed. Like
He
he
was
was
mad.
so angry and frustrated. There was a play in the game when Pascal Siakam was running up the court kind of slow, and Wemby pushed him from behind. It was like, "Go get your guy."
Look
Wemby,
at that shot.
yeah,
Right over
Kevin
KD,
Durant.
dude.
Yeah,
I was like, damn, mira Wemby. Mira Wemby.
and now you
Mira
see
Wemby.
Anthony Edwards, who's the MVP. You saw the young guys give a crap about this game.
Yeah.
It wasn't just Wemby; it was Anthony Edwards, it was Jalen Brunson. It was the young guys who cared about this whole experience. And it's just a damn shame that we were treated to garbage the last 20 years in basketball, All-Star weekends. We were treated to garbage at the slam dunk competition, 3-point shootout throughout all these years. And it's because, I hate to say it, the Gen X stars suck. Like, I hate this generation of players, man. Dwayne Wade, LeBron James. They all suck, man. They have no competitive fire. When you saw Kevin Durant join a 73-9 Golden State Warriors team because he couldn't beat them in the playoffs, you knew something was wrong in basketball.
Yeah.
That whole generation is dead. I cannot wait till LeBron James exits. And I hope that I shouldn't say this, Joe.
Oh. Mike, come on.
I don't. This is going to be bad.
Wait, if you remember what Rick says,
Yeah.
remember what Rick said? Don't try to be a dick, just be a dick. You know?
You know how some players finish their careers on top?
Yeah.
LeBron James has been on the injury list this year, his entire, like basically half the season. Shouldn't have been an all-star at all. That's how he's going to go out. He's going to go out on the injury report. And it's not going to be one of those things where he finishes off strong. There's so many miles on that odometer right there. And I'm not asking him to tear his knees up or anything like that. What I'm
You're gonna
saying
ask for an
is
Achilles tear. Come on, Mike.
an Achilles tear in February, right before the All-Star break.
You're gonna have your little LeBron voodoo doll. You're gonna be at the Achilles. Come on, Mike.
That's funny. Guy can't stand LeBron James. He's the worst thing that's happened to basketball in the last 20 years. And people think that he's he's the GOAT. Give me a break, man. The GOAT will always be Michael Jordan and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. They're 1 and 1A.
Yeah.
And anybody, you know how people say, Joe, you don't know ball. And I think it's the stupidest comment of all time. If you don't have Michael Jordan and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar as 1 and 1A or 1 and 2, you don't know ball. Okay? That is 1 and 2. Not even a question. Not even a debate. And if you say Kobe's top 5, you definitely don't know ball. Okay? I'm going to start using
What
that
do you
term
want?
now.
What do you want from LeBron? You want him just to go off in the sunset, and you want him to yeller him, take him in the backyard somewhere?
He's
Like,
a phony,
on.
Joe. He's a phony. I was bringing up the question. I showed Chica yesterday the photo of LeBron James being carried off the floor at the Frost Bank Center, formerly the SBC Center, when he cramped up at Game 1 of the NBA Finals because the AC went out.
That was the real
How
MVP of the game. That was the AC man.
how was he the only one who cramped up? I don't get it. Tim, Tony, and Madu were playing out there. Is it because Tim's from the Virgin Islands? Is that why he didn't cramp up? How is it that LeBron, out of all the players that were playing that game, that all played 38 minutes, 38 of the 48 minutes, how is it LeBron was the only one who got carried off in cramps?
Yeah,
He's a wuss, dude.
I think they were used to, the Spurs at the time too. Were used to playing with like minimal AC, so they were kind of built for that. They were sweating and everything. Hey, let's address this super chat. This is a good one from Jason Garcia.
Money talk.
Here comes the money.
And look what he says. Thank you for the $9.99 super
Yeah,
chat.
he's puffing his chest out because the Seattle Seahawks won the Super Bowl, but he's coming out and saying another year that the Super Bowl and the NBA All-Star Weekend did not take place in San Antonio. When will the city realize that the rodeo and Alamo Dome are not drawing the money that we were lied to about? End quote. Okay, thank you for the super chat and for the support there, Jason.
Yeah.
Let's pack this in. We're not going to have an All-Star Weekend until the new arena is built.
Exactly.
And when the new arena is built, we will get an All-Star game because San Antonio is a perfect location for All-Star Weekend. You know why? Because it's also the perfect location for things like the Final Four, for things like the Alamo Bowl and all of those convention type events, right?
Yeah.
But the NCAA has told the city of San Antonio that there will be no more Final Fours in the men's side because the Alamo Dome is too old. The Alamo Dome is profitable. And I know a lot of people complain about the Alamo Dome rather, because they don't think it's an attractive building. I'm going to be honest with you, Joe. I kind of like the look of the Alamo Dome. It's ugly, but it's ugly in a good way. And it is a profitable building. It makes money. It doesn't draw the sporting events that it's supposed to, but it's an extension of the Henry B. Gonzalez Convention Center. I'm going to be hosting an event there at the Lawn and Garden Show at the Alamo Dome, because when they're not hosting sports, they're hosting events and rodeos and things like that. Hey, man, don't diss the San Antonio Stock Show and Rodeo. That is a profitable venture each and every year. The rodeo is amazing. The rodeo is better than the rodeo is better than Fiesta, Joe.
It ain't the Houston Rodeo, Mike. The Stock Show and Rodeo here. What kind of musical acts they bring in, bro? Because come on,
well,
man.
That's true. That's true.
If you ain't paying them, if you ain't gonna pay, they ain't gonna come. Houston Rodeo pays their acts, and that's why they get the better musicians.
Well, it depends on what you call a better experience. Because
Nelly, bro, come on, man.
I don't mind Nelly, dude. Nellyville is one of my favorite albums, right?
Oh
no,
man.
But you look at it depends on what you're trying to get out of it, right? Because if you're trying to compare the San Antonio Rodeo to the Houston Rodeo, everyone talks about the Houston Rodeo being okay. They have bigger stars, but it's also unaffordable for the average person to go to the Houston Rodeo.
What,
Houston Rodeo, you're not getting out of there for
go.
It's like $600 to go to the rodeo.
Yeah, that's true.
San Antonio Rodeo, though, for the price, and it's not cheap, but it's not like god awful either. You're actually getting a good value compared to the Houston Rodeo. And if you look at the competitors like what? Their two favorite spots for the rodeo are San Antonio and Las Vegas.
No.
That's why the banners exist at the Frost Bank Center, where it's like rodeo event of the year and all that stuff.
Not anymore, Mike. Not anymore.
Why not?
I think that their last award that they won was a while back. They haven't won anything as of late. And I think they need to kind of update things a little bit. You go to the rodeo and it's just a normal, thing that you see year in and year out, but I think some updates need to be made a little bit, I mean, kind of get with the times.
What's going to happen to the Alamo Dome? Because it's one of those things where it's kind of like, do you just tear it down and rebuild, or do you just keep adding touches to it? Because the way that it's designed, the Alamo Dome it's a dungeon. There's nothing there to modernize. You can't have an NFL team there anymore.
It was ugly when it was built, and it's still ugly. I get why they built it the way they did. They had to, because it was one of the first, let's say, dome stadiums, that they had out there,
right?
That had a lot more to it than just, it's built for football. It was very versatile. It was one of the first arenas that they had built out there. that actually was modular, where you could move things back. You could have all these different configurations, and there was a lot of technology they had put into it at the time. But now it's dated, because everything else is more modernized. They have better video screens, better audio. The, let's say, Wi-Fi and everything is much better than what it is right now. I'm glad that they're gonna give it a facelift, but it's just like putting lipstick on a pig. It's still ugly,
Yeah,
you
because
know.
the inside is what it is, dude,
There's nothing you can do about that. It's just concrete.
and that's basically it, dude. I mean,
That's it.
I went with Francesca to NRG Stadium in
This is
Houston,
nice.
and it's like
Uh,
it's like going into a palace of a dome. Whereas you go into the Alamo Dome, it's like a cookie cutter home on a
Mike,
bad side of town.
the only reason you like NRG is because of those damn hot wings, bro. They sold you on the hot wings. You weren't even talking to Chica. You were just Mike. She's asking you questions. Mike, and you're on. These are good. That's what you're telling Chica. These are good.
It's funny, man. Yeah, you can't do. I mean, unless you crater the thing. But you know what was there beforehand? An ironworks place, right? That's what
Yeah.
was there beforehand. So it's not like the city is better off the way that it was before. But let's go ahead and go back to the All Star Weekend. Wemby balled out 33 points in 20 minutes, and it's amazing how he looks when he plays with other superstars.
Yeah.
Because it's not the superstars don't beat him up. It's almost like superstars respect each other. He gets beaten up by players that are lesser than him. And the experience of him being out there and being a leader at 21 years old is pretty remarkable, Joe.
Yeah.
And
It seems like he earned a lot of respect from his peers this year in the NBA All-Star game than years past, right? Then last year, right? And case in point, look at this one with Nikola Jokic, right? This video. Look at what he's doing.
Wrote a book. Yeah. I read before every game. Isn't this crazy? It's not like I brought.
so Nikola Jokic is asking him, if he reads before every game and whatnot. LeBron pretends to read after every game. Remember, he's always on page 1.
He has the book upside down, bro.
Yeah.
No,
show
but,
the Giannis experience with Wemby.
The Giannis one with the kids, that was funny.
Hi.
That is so cool, man. Giannis's kids going up there and saying hi.
So you can read? Wemby's going to play hard.
I still can't see.
You can't see the tall guy over there? You can see the tall guy over there? Look at him.
Imagine being Giannis right there, Joe. Giannis is an NBA MVP, past MVP.
Champion.
He's an
right?
NBA champion, future Hall of Famer. He's still in his prime, at the tail end of his prime. And his kids are not mesmerized by their own dad. His kids are mesmerized by Wemby walking around.
Here's the video, dude. His kids are just like, it's like you, right? You get all these accolades and stuff at work and well respected in what you do and all that. You're like, I'm kind of a name, like people know me because, your work ethic and the things that you do at work. And they go in there and like, you're just dad. You're just like, you're just dad. And look at this is the same thing that happened with Giannis and his kids, right? They're in the locker room with him.
You like Wemby? He likes LeBron. Who you like?
You gotta ask him for an autograph.
They don't see me.
That's cool.
They don't see me as.
Going to be his locker room too.
Yeah, they see him as dad. They don't see him as an
Yeah.
NBA star.
And this
And-
is cool. This is a cool part with him and his kids. Like he's telling his kids, if you work hard, maybe one day you'll be in this locker room too, right? He's telling them. And the cool part about it is that he's telling them maybe one day you can play against Wemby because he'll still be in the league when you're 19 years old.
Yeah.
Right, in 15 years. And he goes on to tell his son, maybe you can dunk on Wemby.
Now, let me ask you
thought that
this.
was funny.
Sam Salinas is in his feels right now, saying that he's pissed at Wemby for showing a level of aggression that he has never shown with the Spurs. I expect that Wemby, he says,
El
going
Wembeazo.
forward. Yeah, come on, Sam. Give it a break, man. Give it a break. Wemby shows heart every game. Every game. He gets beaten up every game. But the All Star festivities. This is why I'm saying, Joe,
Yeah.
that I think it's going to be easier for Wemby during the playoffs, is because when the best of the best are playing and the best officials are there, they don't allow that crap to happen. It's the lesser officials that allow Wemby to get beaten up. But Wemby going out there and setting the tone. You saw Jalen Brunson after the game coming out and say we played aggressive and played a lot of defense because we saw Wemby was out there playing defense.
Yeah.
And this is when people said that this was the Kobe in him when he first came to the United States. When he first came to the Spurs, they were saying that he was very much like a Kobe type of player when it came to leadership. I am never going to tell you that Kobe is a top 10 player in the NBA of all time. But as far as a leader, though, he was, and that's what Wemby is. And Wemby did a fantastic job out there representing San Antonio. De'Aaron Fox, in the limited minutes that he played, had that heroic
Yes.
moment where he had the game-winning shot.
And that's the video of him being introduced, to the
Yeah.
NBA All-Star lineup. DAA Ron.
You know the NBA and Adam Silver were crapping bricks, man, thinking that they'd have to give the NBA the MVP award to Kawhi Leonard.
Oh God.
Can you imagine what a debacle that would have been? Kawhi Leonard going off for 31 points in one quarter.
Tree Man? Tree Man gets paid. This was a cool moment too, Mike, from all the things that were happening at the NBA All-Star weekend. And this is Stephon Castle, Dylan Harper, and Carter Bryant, right? Carter Bryant won with his team, right, at the Rising Stars Challenge. And they did a jersey swap afterwards,
Mm-hmm.
and they kind of were giving Carter Bryant a little bit of crap, And he's like, give me back my jersey. And he goes, I'm the champ. I'm the champ. It was cool to see you had a lot of Spurs representation, right? When was the last time that you saw this many Spurs players represented in NBA All-Star weekend? I can't
Oh,
remember
I
when
can't
the
remember.
last time, you know?
No, and it's amazing that Tim, Tony, and Manu never played together in the All-Star
Yeah,
game. All three of
that
them
is
Hall of
amazing.
Famers, but they only went two at a time. It was like Tony and Tim, Tony and Manu, Tony and Tim, Tony and Manu.
You
Looks
know?
like they took turns. Um, but the representation, you mentioned Steph Castle and Dylan Harper and Carter Bryant in the Rising Stars Challenge. Carter Bryant in the slam dunk competition coming in second place. You had Mitch Johnson and the coaching staff as part of NBA All Star Weekend. Mitch Johnson, I think he was the head coach of the Stripes team.
Yeah.
It was great. It was great. I didn't catch much of the slam dunk competition. I mean, I saw the dunk where Carter Bryant got the 50, but what did you think about the finals there? Should Carter Bryant would Carter Bryant have won had he nailed that last dunk?
This is the thing that Carter Bryant did, right? He had it all but one, right? And the other guy from the Heat, he had that cheesy dunk, kind of Brent Berry-ish, but he didn't go from the free throw line. He had a whole foot in front of the free throw line. Then
Yeah.
he did his dunk. It was all right. All Carter Bryant had to do was just do something that was a little better than that, right? He tried a couple times on an attempt to do a dunk, and the problem was that he was out of position. The angle wasn't quite right, right? And then he started getting a little tired, I think, and nerves started coming in at that point in time, and he was panicking, like he wanted to get this dunk, and that was going to be it. Like he could have went to a backup dunk, which he finally did, but it was too little, too late. If he had decided to go ahead and you know what, I can't do this one, but let me improvise. If he had done the same cheesy ass dunk as the other guy, but instead of taking off from further up on the free throw line, if he had taken a step back, right, and jumped and did that same dunk but executed it better, he would have won. Sometimes it's not. You don't have to go ahead and have all the flash up there. You just have to have a very well executed dunk. I think that's all Carter Bryant had to do. But again, being out there in front of all these people, he was like, if I can't get this one done, I'm not going to win. He could have still won had he done something different.
Now, Mikey Mendez is bringing up the fact that Vince Carter killed a lot of his time. Apparently, they were chit chatting while the clock was going on.
Vince Carter needs to just shut up, bro. And then everybody's blaming Vince Carter. But you know what? Carter Bryant didn't have to listen. He could have went and did his own thing. Clocks running down and he's there looking and looking. he's kind of looking a little lost or something. Like, come on, man, you didn't talk about this, in case this dunk doesn't go, you have to have a backup, so you can go ahead and still win.
Well, Carter Bryant said that the dunk that he was going for was his backup. That was the one dunk that he does all the time in practice, like not even knowing that he was going to be in the slam dunk competition. That was just his everyday move, and that he missed his everyday move, and that's what pissed him off.
Tony Ornelas is saying the same thing. He should have dunked it from the free throw line. If he would have just executed that dunk better, he would have won. Yeah. The dunk contest was his to give away, and he unfortunately he gave it away. But either way, I wasn't mad that he lost the dunk contest. A little disappointed, but I was still happy because you had Spurs representation there at the dunk contest. Last year it was Stephon Castle. This year it was Carter Bryant. And I'm just happy that, man, look at all these Spurs that are represented at NBA All-Star Weekend. And then you had the media talking about him. You even had like LeBron James was kind of talking about Wemby, and he wasn't talking about Wemby. He was talking about Stephon Castle because the media was asking, "Hey, what do you think of this kid, Stephon Castle?" And it's good to see that and hear that, right? Like before this, nobody was talking about them. They were nobodies, right? Nobody was really mentioning them too much. And now it's all about the Spurs. Hey, look at the Spurs. Hey, look at the Spurs. Look at this young team. What about Wemby? What about Carter? What about Dylan Harper? All the eyes are starting to focus now on San Antonio, which is great because we didn't have that, right? In the absence of the big three era gone. Now this is a new era. You have all new faces, and it's good to see that transitioning happening now, which is setting the stage up for what, Mike? The postseason.
And the NBA community is going to see more of the Spurs the rest of the year because over the weekend it was announced that 3 more games have been added to a national broadcast type of setting, whether it be on Amazon Prime or ESPN. And as of now, the Spurs are on target to have the 4th or 5th most appearances on national TV behind Oklahoma City, behind the Lakers. So being in the top 5, Joe, is not a bad thing. They're taking notice.
Not bad.
The Spurs are the 2 seed in the West right now. And as it's kind of like in the NFL, they flex games. They're flexing games in the NBA to say, hey, you know what? We should have the Spurs on more often. It's must-watch TV. You have Castle, you have Harper, you have Wemby, you have Fox. It's good basketball, Joe.
It is. You know what? JHNSB wanted us to give a letter grade for the dunk contest. He didn't really care for it. I'm going to be honest with you. There was no props, right? It was just a straight-up dunk contest with some of the younger generation being represented. I thought it was all right. I mean, I wasn't thinking that, this is the worst dunk contest I've ever seen. I was entertained by it.
So Mac McClung,
I enjoyed watching it.
Mac McClung was not part of All-Star Weekend, right?
No,
he's won before. He's represented the G League, and he's also been a two-way player. He's won multiple slam dunk competitions, right? He released video of what he says he would have done.
Oh, I saw that.
And that's so stupid. It's like, man, you've had your time in the sun. Just go away.
This is what I would have done. He had a ladder and all this.
It's all props.
Bro, come on, man.
I mean, it got to be too much, Joe. It really did got to be too much, man.
They took
with
the
cars.
away.
When you have a sedan out there,
the drone or whatever, I'm like, I mean, I get it and all that stuff, but I mean, it was cool just to see, just go back to the dunk contest. These guys were trying to go out there, entertain. They looked like they were having fun with it, and that's what I enjoyed about watching the young people go out there and dunk, right? Because when you get the older guys, they're a little bit more established, and they go out there, they're just like, you can tell they're not into it.
Yeah.
And the young kids that were out there doing it, like Carter Bryant and the other guys they had out there, you could tell they were happy. You could see the smile on their faces. They were having a good time. They were dancing. The crowd was into it. To me, that made it enjoyable, that they were happy to be there.
And did you see that leading up to All-Star Weekend, the NBA announced the people who are eligible for the 2026 Naismith Memorial Hall of Fame?
Yeah.
The Basketball Hall of Fame? Dude, not one of these guys belongs to the Hall of Fame. How are these the finalists? Not one is a Hall of Famer in my eyes, man. Did you see the list? Did you see the list? Okay, first of all, it's sad that the one person that I think should be a Hall of Famer is not even a player. It's a referee, Joey Crawford. Joey Crawford, who kicked out Duncan that one playoff game at one time because Duncan was laughing on the bench.
He was laughing.
So here are the finalists on the men's side. Joey Crawford.
Man. Yeah.
College basketball coach Mark Few. All right. Exciting. Coaches Dick Motta, Doc Rivers, Kelvin Sampson, and Jerry Welsh. Gross. The players to be considered: Blake Griffin. Blake Griffin?
They belong in the Hall of Very Good, Mike. Come on.
One of my favorite players growing up. And in fact, I have his jersey hanging up in the bathroom in the laundry room right now.
Who?
Kevin Johnson.
Yeah,
KJ was my guy.
With the Suns?
With the Suns. I have his jersey hanging up because I found it the other day. It's like all vintage. Again,
who remembers him? Real talk. Who remembers Kevin Johnson? Not
KJ was a great point guard. If there was anybody that I wanted to emulate when I was playing basketball growing up, was Kevin Johnson.
Wasn't he good with Thunder Dan Marley? Remember the
Thunder
Suns
Dan
back
Marley
in the day?
and Tom Chambers.
Tom Chambers. Oh God, dude.
That
with the glasses.
So again, Blake Griffin, Kevin Johnson, Amari Stoudemire, and Buck Williams. Those are your nominees.
A blast from the past. Buck Williams.
Buck Williams
with the Blazers. Wow.
This is going to be the lamest basketball Hall of Fame list of all time. The women's side, though, should all be shoo-ins, man. Candace Parker, Shamika Holdsclaw, Elena Deladon, the 96 women's national team. All of them should get in. Like, first ballot. Yeah. But on the guys' side, I mean, I love Kevin Johnson, but how many All-Star games do you think Kevin Johnson went to? I'm going to put the over-under at 4.
Maybe 4.
Like, I don't remember Buck Williams being an all-star. I know Kevin Johnson used to be the mayor of Sacramento, and he got in trouble over there. He got in trouble over there. Let's see here. He was an all-star 3 times. So you're telling me a 3-time all-star is a nominee for the Hall of Fame. And it's not like Tony or Manu, because Tony and Manu have 4 chips. Kevin Johnson has none.
A lot of these names, you can take out Kevin Johnson, right? Hall of Very Good, Mike. Or not even very good. Hall of I.
I'll put him in the Hall of Very Good because, like, the defining line for the NBA Hall of Fame to me is LaMarcus Aldridge. He is the line in the sand. Like, are you better or worse than LaMarcus Aldridge?
Oh God, dude. You know what was interesting to me too, because we're talking about, the Hall of Fame and all that. A Hall of Famer who put on a hell of a performance. That's probably the best that I've ever seen when it comes to the 3-point shooting contest.
Yeah.
Dame Dollar, dude. What about Damian Lillard, dude? He's still nursing his Achilles tear, right?
Right.
He is the defending 3-point champ. They brought him back out, right? If he wanted to defend his title. He hadn't sniffed the court all season.
In months.
In months. The brother comes back and he's money, dude. Pure fire, bro. Like, I couldn't believe that Dame was putting on this performance, man. And he won. Again, I'm like, Book had a chance to, take the title from him, but he just couldn't knock down that final shot to seal the deal.
Yeah.
And Dame comes out the winner again, and he's doing the same thing, Mike. It's Dame time, That was a hell of a performance, man. Like I said, he hadn't been anywhere near a court, and this is his first public appearance on the court, and he wins the damn thing.
Isn't that sad? People asking the question, what were Buck Williams' stats for his career?
Oh, God.
Buck Williams averaged 12 points and 10 rebounds per game for his career. Congratulations, you might be a Hall of Famer. Now, LaMarcus Aldridge brought up his name, Joe. Is he a Hall of Famer?
Who?
LaMarcus? 7-time All-Star. 7 times, including 5 years in a row. 20,000 points.
I think he belongs there, Mike, but his game just wasn't very flashy. And that's the same thing you could say about Tim Duncan, right? Game wasn't very flashy, but he was the big, fundamental out there and he
Right.
was winning chips. LaMarcus never won anything, you know? But you look at his stats and you look at what he was able to accomplish during his NBA career, he does deserve to be there.
Yeah, 21,390 points. I mean, that used to be the dividing line to make it into the Hall of Fame. Kind of like in baseball, if you had 400 home runs, or if you had X number of wins, if you had 300 wins, now it's down to 250 in MLB. You're a shoo-in for making the Hall of Fame, and that's why I say the LaMarcus Aldridge is the dividing line, because when you look at the points scored, the number of All-Star appearances made, All NBA teams, he is a Hall of Famer. Just no one believes that he is, and it's one of those things where that's why I look up at Kevin Johnson, going, was Kevin Johnson's career better than Aldridge's? No. If Aldridge is barely going to get in, why would Kevin Johnson? Why would Buck Williams? Why would Blake Griffin? Blake Griffin made All-Star teams because he was popular, not because he was good.
Exactly. I mean, what did he really do, like, as far as his stat line goes? Like, how good of a player was he? He really couldn't shoot the ball. It had to be right underneath the rim. It had to be a dunk. It had to be a putback. It had to be a layup, something easy. He wasn't known for his, jump shot. And he wasn't a very good free throw shooter either, from what I can remember.
JHSB says he may as well put DeMar DeRozan up there. Well, I'm going to let you know something. DeMar
Chosen.
DeRozan might actually be a Hall of Famer when it's all said and done.
I think he is, Mike.
6-time All-Star. I mean, averages 21.2 points per game for his career.
Look at Mikey with, oh God, dude. He don't even belong in the Hall of Very Good. DeAndre Jordan, come on.
I know,
man.
he made it.
DeAndre Jordan, please, bro.
What's it called? DeMar DeRozan has 25,000 points in his career. He's going to be a Hall of Famer, dude. He's going to be a Hall of Famer. It's funny. Basketball Reference has their prediction of who's making the Hall of Fame. I haven't looked at it in a while. It's called the Hall of Fame probability.
No.
And here's who they have as active players in the NBA with a 100% chance of making the Hall of Fame. LeBron James, Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, James Harden. With a 99% chance of making it, Russell Westbrook, Giannis, Nikola Jokic, and Anthony Davis. Dame Lillard also at 99%. Between 90 and 97% chance, Kawhi Leonard, Kyrie Irving, Paul George. But let's go to the questionable ones, Joe.
Mm-hmm.
DeMar DeRozan, 49% chance. Dividing line, right?
Yeah, dividing line there. Put Matt Barnes in the Hall of Fame.
They have Klay
Y'all
Thompson at
just
73%. Oh, Kevin Love at 67% chance.
Isn't that brother still playing too?
He is.
Damn.
That's so funny, Joe.
Like there should be a dividing line, like you said. LaMarcus Aldridge is it, right? And then you have the Hall of Fame, and there's nothing to be ashamed of if you don't make the Hall of Fame. It's kind of like the starters and the bench, right?
Right.
You have players that are shining stars, right? Hey, look at what they did with their career. And then you have the ones that were role players that they were all right. Hall of Very Good.
It depends on the year, right? I'm looking at Basketball Reference's like all-time list of basketball players. This is so funny, Joe. Guess who they have as their dividing line at the 50% marker?
Who?
LaMarcus Aldridge.
Jeez. You can't make it up, man.
I can't make it up, dude. This is the list here from Basketball Reference. It's not really showing. It's showing that the 50% mark at 51% LaMarcus Aldridge, at 50% Joe Johnson, at 49% DeMar DeRozan. That those are legitimately the defining line of who's a Hall of Famer or not.
You know what? DeMar DeRozan doesn't get enough credit for what he did when he was here, right, with San Antonio. So much so that I remember Calvin from back in the sports grind days. he used to call him DeFrozen, DeMar
Yeah.
DeFrozen, because he's like, oh, he never came up big in the big games. He was non-existent, all this kind of stuff. He didn't choose to be here. This was happened during the Kawhi debacle. But you got to give the guy credit, man, for what he did here for San Antonio. He didn't complain. He came in. He was the epitome of professionalism. He played hard.
He did.
He did everything you wanted out of a teammate. And, you know, he even played, he played with Coach Pop. And Coach Pop had nothing but nice things to say about him, too. And yet the Spurs fans are like, they don't really appreciate him. I think he did admirable, right? He had a very admirable performance when he was here with the San Antonio Spurs. And it was in that weird time of flux, right? Right after Kawhi left.
Mm-hmm.
What would you give him a letter grade for? Like as far as his performance here with San Antonio when he was here with us?
DeMar?
Yeah. DeMar
A
DeRozan.
minus.
Exactly. I would do the same, you know?
He was a 25-5 guy.
Yeah.
I mean, he brought professionalism to the team. He knew his role. He didn't complain.
No.
You know, all that stuff. I'm fascinated by this list on Basketball Reference when it comes to the Hall of Fame probability. Here's some players that have made the Hall of Fame recently that probably shouldn't have. Bernard King, based on what he did on the court, was supposed to be an 11% guy. 11% of making the Hall of Fame, but he's a Knick, right? So he gets in for being from New York. Chris Webber should have only had a 13% chance, and he's in. They have Manu at 20%, but then again, Manu, a little bit different. You want 4 chips. Reggie Miller should have only had a 31% chance, but he's in. And that's where popularity comes into play. That might go against Aldridge and DeRozan because people weren't buying Aldridge jerseys. People weren't buying DeRozan jerseys. They weren't, I mean, aside from the fact that Kendrick Lamar mentions DeRozan's name and not like us. I mean, what other reference do we have of him in pop culture?
Yeah.
Mexican Jr. talking about saying DeRozan killed the Spurs spacing. Well, guess what? Don't get mad at it, but guess who's the DeMar DeRozan of the team right now? It's Steph Castle. The exact same player, except Castle plays defense and can dunk the ball. But from a shot selection, he plays just like DeRozan does.
Look at this is real talk though. Sam Salinas, he brings up a good point. When DeRozan was with the Spurs, he was solid for us. There's no denying that, right?
Right.
He just didn't have the supporting cast,
and that's probably he has right now.
That's the difference. Had DeMar DeRozan had a better supporting cast around him, the Spurs could have been like a legitimate playoff team, right?
Yeah.
If he had better pieces around him. I mean, how far could they have gone? They probably, I don't know if they're going to make it to the finals, but it would have been interesting nonetheless if he had a better caliber of players surrounding him. What could have been, Yeah.
Yeah. JHNSB reaches out and says DeMar never had a 40-point triple double. Well, neither did Manu, neither did Tony Parker. So what are you trying to say? It was a great game. I mean, hell, Joe, you and I even saw Jeremy Sohan go off for 30 some odd points at one time. Oh. Sometimes you're on fire. Sometimes you're just simply throbbing on the basketball court.
They probably told him those are the guys that are always talking shit about you. Go out there and have a great night. Go and ball.
No, throbbing yesterday at the All-Star game was Kawhi Leonard that one game. 31 God. Points. My God, Joe.
Spurs fans hated to see it. Look at the claw. He's having a good game out there. He's a traitor. He's a snake. What happened with once a Spur, always a Spur? That don't apply to Kawhi? The Spurs simps. Oh, look at how good he's doing. Look at him. Well, before it was why Kawhi. He left us, and he betrayed us. And what happened with once a Spur, always a Spur?
But isn't that weird about Kawhi Leonard? Is that it's kind of hard to pinpoint how he is in the NBA. He's going to be a Hall of Famer because he has 2 rings, right?
Yeah.
He's Finals MVP, all that stuff, right? He's going to be a Hall of Famer. But when you rank him on the top 5, top 10, top 20 of the past 20 years, it's hard to quantify it because talent-wise, he might be the best player in the NBA the past 20 years, including LeBron James. I think at peak powers, Kawhi Leonard and peak LeBron James were pretty much identical.
Yeah.
Kawhi is a better defender than LeBron. It and isn't a lazy ass on defense. So I would even say Kawhi is probably better than LeBron, toe to toe, peak to peak. The problem is LeBron never gets hurt or rarely gets hurt, and Kawhi is always out with an injury. If it wasn't for those injuries, he'd be considered a top 10 player of all time.
And it's not only that, but I think the thing that really sours people on Kawhi is the way that he moves, right, in the NBA. And what I mean by that, from a professional standpoint,
Right.
you hear all these other little things that aren't so appealing, like Tree Man getting paid, that aspiration or whatever debacle they had, getting paid under the table. You hear all these other things that go on behind the scenes. And I think really that's what sours people on Kawhi. That and his ability not to be available, Mike. Like he only plays part-time.
Do you believe the NBA did not go after Kawhi Leonard because Steve Ballmer and the Intuit Dome were hosting the All-Star festivities, and Kawhi is from LA, which is where the team hosting the event is from? Because
this is what I think, and I'm going to do this for you all. So conspiracy theory time, right?
Right.
We're going to do that. The reason that the NBA didn't go after, Ballmer and the Clippers in a more forceful way is I don't think they want to go ahead and kind of reveal or pull back the curtain on how much this is affecting the NBA. Because if you go after one team, right, specific team in the Clippers, that opens the door to all the other teams as well. Because the Clippers, you could tell that they were doing something they shouldn't have. But how many other teams are doing the exact same thing?
Well, the problem with the Clippers, though, is that Steve Ballmer, this isn't the first time he's done it.
Yeah.
So you can say, are other teams doing it? I don't know. Are other teams creating shell corporations?
Not to that extent, but I'm saying like other teams are doing the same thing.
Well, but Ballmer's been caught doing this before. This isn't a first offense. Like, because if you're going to be legit about the rules, you would get Ballmer out of the game, out of the league. But he's the 130th richest man in the world. He's worth over $145 billion. He's the richest NBA owner out there. He built that Intuit Dome as a playground for his team. The NBA is better with Ballmer there, but Ballmer, if you follow the balancing ball of what Ballmer does, he cheats every single time. He cheats every rule when it comes to salary cap. And it's not the first time, not even the second time. No, it's blatant at this point, Joe.
Oh yeah,
and we look at it now, Joe, because look at baseball, right?
No,
baseball has the Dodgers outspending teams 4-1, 5-1.
And what are they trying to do now? Put a salary cap, right? Because
it's salary cap and a salary floor, right? Say that you have to spend money. The NBA has a cap and a floor. Then they have the different aprons and whatnot and luxury tax and all that stuff if you exceed it. And it kind of makes sense. But the whole point of it is for parity to be out there so that it's not just the same teams over and over buying players. That's the whole point of the cap. And I don't believe that all the teams are doing it because small market teams can't. Maybe all the teams in LA are. But for Ballmer to go out there, create a shell corporation, funnel money into it, as though, of course, this was going to be found out. Like, how arrogant is that? Of course, this was going to be found out because it's all public record. When you have these corporations out there, it's public record.
The arrogance of the rich, Mike.
Right.
Billionaires, that think that they're so smart and they're so above others that they're never going to catch on. Like the little man's not going to be able to put 2 to 2 together. Not look at the actual documentation that's out there, like you say, in the domain of the public record. Anybody can have access to this information. And no matter how you try to hide things, the truth will always come out. So I'm thinking that at the end of the day, this is not a Pandora's box that the NBA wants to open up.
They're trying to look the other way, Joe.
Yeah.
And you have like Pablo Torre and all those guys, investigative journalists, just showing, and Mark Cuban coming out in defense of Ballmer, despite the fact that there's all this evidence there. Maybe you're right. Maybe there are multiple teams doing stuff like that under the table. They don't want to get caught.
Exactly.
They don't want to get caught. Hey, let's talk some football on the other side because we have a NFL star who has a new name, Joe. And guess what that name is, Joe?
Gone.
We'll talk about on the other side. Let's give some love to P.F. Chang's La Cantera.
P.F. Chang's La Cantera, San Antonio's premier destination for dinner, date night, or happy hour. Enjoy one of their signature dishes, such as the Singapore street noodles, sesame chicken, or Chang's spicy chicken, or their infamous Chang's chicken lettuce wraps, which are delicious, by the way. You can enjoy all this while you're dining in an Asian-inspired atmosphere. And make sure to enjoy the new outdoor patio and try some of P.F. Chang's signature cocktails and drinks during happy hour, Monday through Friday from 3 to 6 p.m. P.F. Chang's La Cantera is a proud sponsor of the Area 210 podcast.
And don't forget, Wednesday is half off bottles of champagne and wine. They call it Wednesday Wines Day over at P.F. Chang's La Cantera. Go say hi to Sean. Joe, we have a media share.
Oh, yeah.
Tell me about this. My sister went out there and had that host or that server.
Dee.
Tell me about it.
Yeah, Dee Dee's great people, man. She's always fun. There's a picture of Dee Dee. Uh-oh. We're frozen now, Mike. There we go. There's a picture of Dee Dee. That's my favorite server, Dee Dee there. Dee Dee's a great people person, man. She just knows how to interact with people, and it gives good recommendations and everything. So when you go out there with the personality and then, recommendations are on point, for drinks, food, and all that kind of stuff. She's like the perfect hostess, perfect server out there. So that's why I say, if you're going to go out there, make sure you ask for Dee Dee. She's great,
Mm-hmm.
And the other thing is you can't deny the $8.99 signature cocktail collection. It's great, Mike. And I went out there and I tried the new old fashioned that they have. And I'm going to see if I can bring up a video, or not a video, pictures of the spread that was out there.
Very nice. You see it after the lychee martini, the Long Island iced tea, the lemon drop martini, the mule, their version of the mule. You have a margarita mix out there that's very, very nice. It's good stuff, Joe.
So I'm going to show you all a picture, man. I'm going to go ahead and hide this for now, and I'm going to show the pictures of me and LG's spread out there that we had on Friday. Look at that, man. That was the new martini, not the martini, the old fashioned that we had. It's dangerous, Mike. You don't taste the alcohol in this sucker, dude. You don't taste the alcohol in there, but it is there. But it's dangerous because you'll see, oh, I can't really taste the alcohol. Let me get two more. Before you know it, you're in trouble.
Before you know, you're calling the Uber. Nice.
Yeah, you call in your Uber, bro. But this is like the pepper steak, the pepper fillet.
Oh, that's good.
Oh, dude,
yeah,
it was
Sean
so
recommended
good.
that for me too.
We had the prawns. He brought out the fried rice, the ribs, bro. I'm like, Sean, no more.
Dude, the ribs at
so
Chang's
good.
are very good.
They're so good. They're so tender, dude. Like, I mean, we were eating good that day. And this was just a little bit of the food. Like, Sean was bringing out more stuff. And me and LG were like, oh, bro, I'm tapping out. We had to wear the stretchy pants for this one. It was good stuff. But thanks to Sean, showing great hospitality like always. And PF Chang's, we even had a meet and greet there. Mr. Chang came out to personally serve us. And he knows our names and everything. So it was good seeing Mr. Chang come out and make an appearance and say hi. So I appreciate everything that PF Chang's does for the show here. And if y'all are looking for some place to take the wife, take your honey, significant others, Sancha, whatever, consider PF Chang's and tell Sean that we sent you.
Very cool. Hey, tell everybody about the party that we have going on the 28th. So we're less than 2 weeks away from our 500th episode party. We're on episode 524 today, but again, our first attempt at the party got iced out. But we're going to be at the Hard Rock Cafe downtown on the Riverwalk at 111 West Crockett Street. It's going to be on the 28th. Joe and I are hosting along with our special guests out there.
Yeah, and so we're going to probably have a live remote. We're the Hard Rock would like us to do a live show. So we're going to have a live show. So we'll go on for about maybe 30 minutes or so.
Yeah.
And we're just going to interact with everybody who's there, and ask, Q&A kind of time, kind of question thing. You can ask us questions. We'll answer back. We can talk about whatever the crowd dictates. We'll have some things that we'll start off with. But it's just all for fun. We want to interact with you guys. So we'll just do a live show. It'll be a short one, just as an appreciation. Thank you all for coming out, and we'll be interactive with you all. But then we want to meet you guys too. We want to have drinks with y'all, take pictures, shake everybody's hand, get to know everybody a little bit better. It's going to
Say
be a,
thank
a
you.
great event. Yeah, it's going to be a great venue because everybody here in the chat, we've built a community. So this is the time that everybody can kind of put a name to the face, come out and interact with each other, and just have a good time and celebrate what we have built here. And the other thing is, I've been hard at work. I've been in the lab all weekend, Mike,
Mhm.
kind of brainstorming and coming up with new stickers, new merch that's going to be released here as part of our swag bags, right? That we're giving away. So we're going to give out like 30 or so swag bags to the first 30 people that show up there. So one of the things that we're going to do is give away stickers. So the stickers that we're going to share out there are going to be exclusive just to the 500th episode show. So this is the new design that I came up with. I call these the Galaxy colorways, right? So
Yeah.
have a kind of a you know nebula star kind of ring to them. And the other thing is we have a female version now for the ladies. We have the female alien there, and then my personal favorite is the lowrider alien. So I really like that one. So we'll have these available in the swag bags, and then shortly after we'll put them up on the merch store. But we're not going to sell them right away because we can wait for that. We just want to give these out as a thank you, along with bottle openers, coasters, and some other little goodies that we'll have in the bags for you guys.
Very, very cool. Yeah. Again, it's a good community. We're just gonna hang out, hang out. Tony Ronell is saying everyone wear your finest Spurs jersey. Joe, how are you gonna go dress?
I don't know, man. Maybe I'll order me a brand new Area 210 shirt and wear it out there to the festivities. Or, maybe I'll go ahead and have my shirt embroidered, get a nice button up shirt, polo, and have like Area 210 or something embroidered on it.
Fine, Joe. I guess. Am I being a dick about this?
About what?
About the dress code?
Nah, you're just being silly, dude. You're being silly, dude.
Very, very nice. So we were talking about NFL, Joe. Tyreek Hill is gone from the Miami Dolphins. The Miami Dolphins have released him. That's actually a game that Chica and I were at Hard Rock Stadium there in Miami back in November. Tyreek Hill got injured on that brutal play on Monday Night Football. Just tore up his knee, tore it to shreds, and he is now gone from the Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins are moving away from him. They're saving some cap space by doing so.
Yeah,
They
so
call him
his
the
name
Cheetah.
is
Is he still going to be fast when he comes back? I don't think so.
Probably not. His name is gone.
His name is gone.
He gone. I wonder who's going to get him though.
Yeah, I mean that's not a team that's not a Houston Texans or a Dallas Cowboy play at all.
Mm-mm.
But if you can get him on the cheap, then maybe somebody's going to take him. It's kind of like Stephon Diggs, right? Stephon Diggs went on the cheap. It'll be something like that, man.
What if the Saints pick him up?
Oh, dude, I'd hate that, man. I'd hate that. It's kind of like back in the day, the question became Deshaun Watson. Do you want your team to pick him up? And it's like you don't want that on your roster, but at the same time, at that point, he was so good. What happened to Deshaun Watson? Deshaun Watson was 25 years old and one of the best players in all of the NFL, got busted, and never recovered. It's very similar to Tiger Woods when he got busted. They never became the same player ever again. I don't understand why this happened. Josh Primo got busted and never became the player that he was before, lived up to the promise that he had there. It's so bizarre.
It's weird, man. I mean, I guess it plays with the psyche at some point. Some things you just can't come back from. You're not the same type of player that you once were before the incident.
I don't know, man. There's something to be said about that because the recovery period for Tiger Woods, I think he's finally coming to terms with who he was and what he is trying to overcome. I think he's finally coming to terms with it. Huh?
He's done. He's done, dude.
Well, no, not as a player, but as a just as a man, he's coming to terms with things. Have you been
now Tiger Woods' role in this whole thing, right? as he comes back, whatever he rehabs, comes back to being healthy 100%. It's now setting up that next generation, right? Like which primarily could be his kids, right?
Right.
His sons. Investing in them, dude, like helping them, if they want to go ahead and become pro golfers. Instill everything that you've learned, pass on the knowledge to that next generation. Because if you want the sport to be competitive, wouldn't you want to impart that knowledge to the younger generation?
Right.
That way the sport can continue to be competitive. That way it can be better, because you want the younger players to go out there and really put on a performance while they're in their prime, you know? So I don't know. To me, it would be Tiger's benefit if he became more of that mentor, you know?
Did you see the Olympics? The only thing that's excited me about the Olympics was the fight between the Norwegian and Canadian curlers the other day. Did you see that?
Fighting over curling, bro. Come on, man. Like, you can't get gangster with curling, dude. It's a freaking stone you throw on the ice, dude.
How the men's Canadian team was not thrown out, I don't know.
Do you see he put his index finger on the damn stone?
The Canadian women's team did the exact same thing, man.
Bunch of damn cheaters.
So
bro.
curling is that you carry what's called the stone, right?
The
you
stone.
Skate into it real slowly, like your Jamiroquai in that one video back in the 90s, just moving slowly towards the line.
Yeah.
And then you let go. It's kind of like shuffleboard, right? And once you let go, that's it. But the guys from Canada and the girls from Canada, when they let go, they were then using their finger to
the index finger.
Guide it. Their index finger to guide it. And apparently the Norwegians were saying we're setting up cameras at a particular angle to prove that was going on. How the Olympic Committee didn't have that angle, I don't know. But they're saying, dude, you're cheating. Look at the photos. You're cheating.
Cheatones.
And in the middle of this Olympic event, you have the what's it called? The Canadians cussing them out. So funny.
You know what? Canadian people are very they're very proper, right? They're very
until
polite.
they're mad.
Until you get them pissed off, damn right. And you're like, you son of a I thought that was hilarious. And I did watch some Olympic events, right? I was watching the bobsled, right?
Yeah.
The bobsled was cool, dude. I like watching that. And they also had, what was the other one that I watched? I think I was watching some hockey. Oh, and I got to watch your favorite sport while I was having a Valentine's dinner, right? They had the guys coming down the slope.
Yeah.
With the freaking gun on their back, the rifle. And I was laughing as I'm watching this on the TV because I can hear you. And I just sliding down, right? And then they have the shooting range and they stop and they have to take the rifle off.
They dismount, yeah.
They dismount, and some of the guys are smart about it. They don't get in the full laying down position to shoot. They're just right there eyeballing it, like pap, 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 and then they take off real quick. And then you got the other ones that lay on their belly and they're just all spread out there and they're there on the ground forever trying to shoot the targets. I'm like, no, man.
It's like the movie Red Dawn. I mean, basically, it's like Red Dawn on skis.
Oh God, I was laughing at that. As soon as I see the event starting, I'm like, oh, here we go. Because you can see with that big old air rifle that they have, and they're on the skis. And I'm like, oh God.
Joe, when we come back, let's give some love to Hard Rock Cafe San Antonio. But when we come back, I'll talk to you about a reality show that I was introduced to over the weekend that hit close to home. Give some love to Hard Rock Cafe.
The Hard Rock Cafe, San Antonio, is Riverwalk dining at its best. With great scenic views along with its amazing collection of rock memorabilia, there is something for everyone. Enjoy happy hour weekdays from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. with $8 and $10 appetizers, $5 domestic drafts, and $6 craft import drafts at the bar only. Try some of the Hard Rock Cafe's legendary steak burgers, or my personal favorite, such as the grilled salmon or baby back ribs. Make sure to visit the third level and enjoy the DJ as you take in the city skyline. The Hard Rock Cafe is a proud sponsor of the Area 210 podcast.
Again, they're hosting the party along with P.F. Chang's La Cantera, but our party is going to be at Hard Rock Cafe San Antonio along the Riverwalk on February 28th. Come hang out with us. It's going to be a fun time, dude. and we actually have people who are donating money towards our party for things like
Nice.
drinks and whatnot. I'm not saying that it's open bar. It's not a wedding, right? It's not an open bar wedding, but there's a really good chance you're going to get 1 or 2 drinks for free on the house.
Yeah.
Okay, not by Hard Rock Cafe, but by our sponsors, people
Yeah.
who are contributing to the party. So keep that, have that for what it's worth. And again, Uber's your friend. Uber's your friend.
Yeah. And you can meet Chica too. She'll be out there with Mike.
Very true. Very true.
Yeah. Mike's better half. Let's put it like that.
Most definitely. Most definitely. Okay, so last night I was introduced to a reality show that's been around for about a decade that I had no idea existed. Hit close to home too, Joe.
What is it?
South Beach Tow or South Beach
Oh
Towing.
my God, dude. That's so old, Mike. That was on a while back. That's like that other towing one that they used to have. I forgot what it's called.
Yeah.
It was the other tow show that they had on there. It was hilarious. They're all just like pre-scripted stuff.
Right.
It's just for fun. It's entertainment. It's funny nonetheless.
It's funny. It's like Pawn Stars, right?
Yeah.
It's not real, but I'm sure they've had incidents that are just like that.
Yeah.
Maybe some of it's real, maybe some of it's not, that type of thing. But it was funny because I've had my car towed in South Beach
Oh God.
by that company.
Didn't one of them have like a freaking boa constrictor or something in the back of the car?
Yeah.
When they were trying to tow it. I remember one of the episodes, like all this outrageous stuff happens, they come out running, no, they'll steal my car. And they try to jump in the cars. They're trying to take it, or they're trying to pull a gun on somebody, it's like, it's ridiculous stuff, but it's funny to see them tow some of the higher end cars and how the privileged act, Mike. Don't tow my Ferrari, or don't tow my, expensive Jaguar or whatever.
Now-
You know who I am?
The one thing I think about though is how many celebrities have been caught up in that mix, because
Oh, God.
when our vehicle got towed over there, it was expensive to get out, and it was
Yeah.
a lot of red tape to get the vehicle out.
Yeah.
But I was thinking to myself, it's Miami, it's South Beach. There's got to be celebrities that get tied up in all that,
Oh,
right?
dude,
Get their stuff
probably all the
towed.
time. Yeah. And they charge you as soon as they put that tow truck picks up the car.
Yeah,
It's already, they're charging you a flat rate just to
drop
get
fee.
the car just to get it out, right? Because they're charging you the fee because they have to already pick it up. So you get
Yeah.
charged the expensive tow fee. Then it's like, what do they call it? Storage fee, right?
Right.
So as soon as they pick up that car, you're charged all these fees just to take it out.
Well, here's the thing about it. The problem that we had that was a possibility was over there, they're saying that you need to have like your registration.
Oh yeah.
But in Texas, we don't have registrations anymore, right? We
Yeah,
just
we
have our
the
sticker.
Yeah.
And that is a big part right there. So don't get your car towed in Miami Beach, man. Not a good thing.
Look at Greg. People in Conroe are privileged.
Not saying
Can you
no.
imagine? I can only imagine how pissed off would Chica be if you and her went off to a nice dinner somewhere and you parked the truck, and let's say you were in a hurry and you forgot to pay, right? You forgot to scan the QR code or whatever,
Yeah.
pay for the parking, and you all come back out and it gone.
That's what happened. That's what happened.
God, dude.
No, it worked out, man. It worked out when it was all said
But I'm
and
saying
done.
she would be mad. She would be mad.
JHNSB says $10 for a picture with the Spurs belt, $20 with a picture with Mike, and $30 for both Mike and Joe. I like it, Joe.
No, Mike, you're not charging, dude.
Come on.
No.
Hey, if
I'm not Spurs
can
Jesus,
charge
bro.
for you and I said the same at the same time.
I'm not the most high over here, Spurs Jesus. Take a picture with the guy wearing a dirty, stinky robe, bro. No, man. That's blasphemous, bro. That bit needs to die, man. That's blasphemous.
So we're treated. So Spurs have Spurs Jesus and Nacho, right?
Oh,
Nacho seems
God.
nice though, man. But
No,
you
bro.
don't like
He's a
Nacho.
freaking diva, bro. This dude's always getting into it with other people on the social media, right? And then they come at him and he's like, no, bro. No es nada. No pasó nada, bro. I invite you to sit with the Jackals. No mames, Spurs Nacho. If you're gonna say it with your chest out, dude. Don't be a little bitch, bro. Come on.
Did you see Ron Harper embarrassing Dylan Harper on All-Star Weekend?
I saw it was Ron Harper. It was Ron Harper Sr., Ron Harper Jr.,
Junior and Dylan.
Harper all together. In the
Yes.
skills challenge.
Yeah, at the skills challenge, and they were
Yeah.
asking questions about LeBron James.
They were both embarrassed of their daddy, dude. They didn't expect him to say that, Mike.
Well, I mean, Ron Harper basically just dissing LeBron James by saying,
Where's the
"Hey,
lie?
like basically saying my kids are going to live their lives. They're not going to be dictated by daddy." And you just see Dylan Harper just put his hands in his palm. I mean, his head in his palm. Like, no, man. $5 for a grito?
Yeah. And look, his first nachos is cool. He's my boy. No mames con eso, dude.
There's a request to show the clip, Joe.
For what? Oh, the
Ron Harper. I have it, dude.
You have it? You're gonna put it on the X?
Yeah, I have it somewhere on here.
Let me go ahead and go over there and look for it. Because that was pretty funny, man. Like, Daddy Harper, he wild for that, dude.
Oh, he was. I mean, it was so funny, dude. Like,
I'm not LeBron James.
It came out of nowhere.
I'm not gonna tell my kids what they have to do. Like, bro, tell me how you really feel, Ron Harper.
But is he wrong?
He's not wrong, though. He's not wrong.
Yeah, I just tweeted it.
All right, I'll look for it.
So it says Ron Harper was asked if he expected his sons to follow his footsteps and play in the NBA.
He said he was just joking on the X. Nah, bro.
No, he's not.
Joking. You weren't joking, dog.
Ron Harper is a delight on Twitter, man. He
likes to go after people. Let's go ahead and play the excerpt. And this one's courtesy of Hater Report that you went ahead and put on here. And this is from the Celtics on CLNS.
Was this a vision you had?
I'm not LeBron James. I'm not going to tell my kids what they have to do. I just want my kids to enjoy the game. Whatever they can get back out the ball game, we will take it. Once upon a time, I told them whatever opportunity that you have, you should have a chance to play in the NBA.
That reaction from Dylan was priceless.
He's like, what?
That's funny.
Daddy
Joe, what are you
Harper,
doing for
man.
President's Day?
I'm gonna just be in here. I got to clean up the studio a little bit because I was designing so many things over the weekend and doing stuff. It's kind of a mess in here. So I got to order the stickers. I got to do some training for work. So it's gonna be kind of like a semi-work day for me. I'm not taking the whole day off. I got to go and do some training. So that's probably gonna take me about maybe an hour and a half. And the rest of the day, I'm just gonna chill out and relax and get some stuff done here. And that's about it, Maybe, excuse me, I was thinking maybe, just maybe, I might go and have some lunch with my nieces, the older ones, and take them over to China Rose. Nice. I know I went to PF Chang's on Friday, so I got to keep it ghetto fabulous here in Puro X7. And, maybe I'll go to China Rose, the jewel of Marbach.
You've taken me there.
It's nice, dude. I don't mind it.
It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. I'm not going to hype it up. It wasn't bad. I am Ding Hao. I favor Ding Hao more than China Rose.
Nah, dude. I keep it real over here, dude.
Ding Hao's where Holmes people went for Chinese food back in the day. No, actually, no. We went to either Ding Hao or we went to HEB Marketplace. HEB Marketplace still to this day is the best Chinese food I ever had in my entire life. No, I didn't even realize it was a holiday, so I'm going to take I'll do a half day of work. We're going to be working on some things around the house today, so I didn't even know it was off, dude. I called into work and it said that they were off for the day, and I was like, oh, well, why? It's President's Day.
do some shopping with Chica at President's Day sales.
I didn't think about that.
Get some clothes or something, dude.
Chica, President's Day sales? Are there President's Day? No, President's Day sales are usually like furniture, right? Isn't that like get a mattress on President's
and other
Day?
Stuff? Yeah, I mean, you could do some shopping, dude. See what they have out there.
Yeah, I I don't know. We'll probably just watch a lot of TV today when it's all said and done. Maybe do some yard work or something. But Joe, I got to call it a day, man. We'll be back tomorrow doing more
Yeah.
sports and pop culture. If you want to show my information there, my number is 210-508-0369, 210-508-0369. If you have questions about things like investments or life insurance, long-term care, today I'm rolling over someone's old 401k, for example. You can call me at 210-508-0369. We can make it happen. Make more money. I'll help you do it. Or at least I'll try. 210-508-0369. But Joe, enjoy the rest of the holiday with Chica. We apologize to everybody for the glitch in the system early on, but we'll be back talking more Spurs and pop culture tomorrow.
Yeah, the glitch in the system, we had problems with X, earlier today. YouTube's been acting a little funny, so I don't know, man. We'll just work through it. But everybody have a good day. Enjoy your day off if you're off. And if you have to work, sucks to be you. All right, we'll see you boys tomorrow.
See you,
We're out of
fellas.
here. Peace.